All right, we're going to talk about Michael Brockers being the only Lion above 30 years old. But first, let's talk about Romeo Okwara. Romeo Okwara's time with Detroit could be winding down. It's a big year for him. Apparently, he just signed a new deal, and they possibly could have drafted his replacement in Aiden Hutchinson. Also, they also had Charles Harris, who they did bring back. I think Austin Bryant is still on the team. So you know, as of right now, he could be a guy who don't get it together. Didn't have a great season last year. We talk about that. It was a big adjustment for him standing up, and he only 26 years old. So it was a big adjustment for him standing up and getting after the passer, and he didn't do well in limited action. And the way his contract was structured, they chose to pay him over Kenny Galladay, which neither one of them is working out. But I rather had his contract than Galladay. Galladay got paid a lot of money, and it seemed like there was only one team that was going to pay him money. It looked like for a minute that the Chicago Bears might get involved. His hometown team seemed a little bit too rich for their blood, so they was like, seemed like they took a step back and was like, "Nah, we good, all right." But as you see it, his contract is 3 years, 37 million, 14 million in signing bonus, 12.3 average salary per year, 20 million was due at signing, all right, 25 million guarantee. So you look after this year, he'd be 27. There's a potential second year out, and he only leaves a $7 million dead cap hit. And even if they choose to let him return, he still only has a $7 million dead cap hit within a $14.5 million cap hit. And like I said before, last year it was an adjustment, and when you kind of start to figure it out, and you Romeo Okwara, and that's why I didn't like them going to 3-4 defense, because you had a lot of guys who were starting to figure it out, and then they have to change the philosophy. Now you asking Romeo to drop. Now rushing stand up and dropping and all that type of stuff. He was really starting to find his rhythm with his hand in the dirt. He's really getting adjusted to that, and they took it away from him. And on top of that, he didn't have a great season. He had some injuries, right? And last year he appeared in 4 games. He appeared in 4 games, started 4 games. He had 1 sack through 4 games, 6 combined, 3 solo tackles, 6 combined sack tackles, 3 assisted, 1 tackle for loss. In the previous year, he had 10 sacks, 44 combined time. Albeit, he started 5 more games and played 12 more games. In the previous year, he started one, had 14 games. He had 1.5 sack. But the year before that, coming over from the Giants, he played 15 games, started 14, had 7.5 sacks. So he was kind of starting to figure it out from Africa, from Nigeria to be, exact. And he was starting to figure it out. And, you know, um, just some inconsistently. Played 16 games, played 6 with New York. Came to Detroit, played for 15, started 14, had a great year. Whatever reason, played 14, only started 1. Played 16, started 9, didn't have. So his trajectory is, it's up and down with games played. And, like I said before, if he can turn it up, I think he's coming off of a Achilles injury. Um, if he can start it up, if he yeah, he's having an Achilles injury. If he can, they go back to more even front four down linemen, and he can recapture what he had the year before. The Lions pass rush could be special. They could be special. The only guy that showed up on that line last year was Lee McNeil and Charles Harris, and now you can actually put all 4 dudes hand in the dirt and let them go. You know, and like I said, if him, if he come back, it's only gonna help Aiden Hutchinson. With them reversing front, backside, whatever. Maybe moving Hudson to the front, moving him to the front until he get healthy. They just gonna collapse the pocket and get after it. So then you got Charles Harris and Austin Bryant rotating in. You know, it only can help them, and they gonna need that front four to be dynamic, in the back end to be dynamic, because they second layer, the cream and the Oreo, is terrible. You know, the linebackers are terrible. I don't believe in Anderson's only solid, but Barnes ain't really showed nothing. I mean, keep going on, and they don't feel like they had to address it. You counting on Malcolm Rodriguez, somebody that was one blink away from being um, undrafted. We had some really good undrafted rookies, but if he able to come back, recover, and give us something, especially Jeff Okuda ever give us something, defense should be better. You know, statistically that was good last year until they kept facing adversity. They got wore down. Quarterback play got to be better. And if Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell don't make the adjustment, that's going to be a huge problem. They have to make it. They're going to take away. They're going to take away what you did good last year with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And hopefully Jameson Williams and DJ Shark give you a different look. But that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. They're gonna take away a look, and that's what the NFL do. You see one year somebody balling, and they take away a look. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. But like I said before, you can't build Rome in one day. And then also you got John Pascal, who's gonna play in and out. I think he more honestly, I think he more depth for the defensive end. And I think he Levi and Zerke backup plan. And Zerke don't show up healthy or don't show up at all. Pascal gonna be playing a lot of three technique. And then, if they got some injuries on the edge, he really gonna have to beat out Hutchinson, Okwara, which it might not be hard to beat Okwara if he ain't 100%. Austin Bryant, which he always injured, but talented when he do play, and Charles Harris. Charles Harris. I mean, it's really a question about everybody. With Hutchinson, can he make the adjustment quicker? Romeo Okwara, can he recover from the Achilles? Austin Bryant, can he finally stay healthy? Right. Charles Harris, can he recreate the magic that he had last year? And then you might also see Anna Zorki, if he have to, get out on the defensive 3-4-4-3 defensive end as well. And can he get healthy and virtually next year's his rookie year? Can he do something? Can he flash what he flashed in Pittsburgh during the preseason? But Romeo Okwara might be a potential cap casualty. But if he can produce, it's going to be very interesting. Then switch over. I mean, you look at Michael Brocker. Somebody brought this up a couple of days ago. He is the only Detroit Lion that's above 30. He only 31. He's only 31 years old. And see right here, 31 years old out of Houston, Texas. So he just turned 31 in December. So I mean, that's something very interesting about it too. It seemed like he pretty much been around for a while. So he been around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. 10 years on the nose. So at the end of the day, it might be some camp casualties depending on who they brought in for camp and defensive line position. Or, if there's not a lot of them, if they in eye front and even fronts, a lot of these dudes probably it's gonna be hard for them to get out there. A lot of these dudes probably gonna be run down guys. So if Anazorki play, he probably gonna keep Brockers off the field. He probably gonna be in on run downs. Especially if Aleem take another step. And Aleem, as big as he is, he got some pass. He probably just as good a pass rusher athletically than Brockers, or he could be potentially. And to put it to test, Aiden Hudson is the youngest guy on the team at 21. Kirby Joseph, 21. Penisha Will, 21. Jameson Williams, 21. You go 22, 22, 22. You look 22, 23, 23, 23. You look at how young this team is. Whoever Brady Breeze is, 24. Mark Gilbert, 24. TJ Hawkinson, 24. You look at all these guys, 24. And Zorky, 24. AJ Parker, 24. Evan Brown, center, 25. Jason Cornell, 25. Deshaun Elliott, 25. The safety, Jack Fox, 25. Mike Hughes, 25. Jonah Jackson, 25. I mean, you just keep going through. Craig Reynolds, 25. Austin Siebert, the kicker, 25. Josh Woods, 25. David Blogg, 26. David Carradine, 26. Will Harris, 26. CJ Moore, 26. Matt Nelson, 26. Good to see him back. Converted tight end, Jared Davis, 27. Charles Harris, 27. Bruce Hector, 27. Khalif Raymond, 27. Josh Reynolds, 27. I mean, we're just going. Taylor Decker, 28. High Tie, 28. And Michael Brockers is 31 years old. So, 31 Brockers is the oldest Detroit Lion around. So I mean, so you got some veterans there. I mean, to play 10 years in the NFL, that's an anomaly, bro. The, the average football career is what? Hold on. The average NFL career is 3.3 years. So, and kickers have the longest career average length at 4.87 years. So, something to think about. Appreciate you guys for coming on. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notification. We go live and drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Other than that, man, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All in the description. If you have a business question, query, sponsorship, video requests, I mean, appreciate that. Want to financially support, if I ain't say already, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Y'all know what the business is.